Yes, the conference is going on somehow. It is also true that there are some hiccups because there is a structural problem with the conference. There are two. I believe that the president might have meant well, but in the execution of the program, it appears some aides of the Mr. President had hijacked the process, and they have really caused some very serious injury to the physique of the conference. The conference, the composition of the conference has created fundamental problems. People are now arguing on two thoughts, whether decisions should be taken by 2/3 majority or 3/4. This would not have been necessary if the whole number had been equitably constituted. In fact, simple majority would have been okay. But because the membership of the conference had been constituted in such a way that a very serious imbalance had been created between the North and the South, between Muslims and Christians. The composition of the conference did not take population into consideration. The more vocal you are, the more you appear to be on the conference. The louder your protest, the more the possibility of your being included. Somebody, for instance, on the floor of the conference said his own ethnic group was not included. One respected lawyer, Mike, and they said my own was not included, and the president just created a group we called Addendum and put him there. So you can see how arbitrary the situation is. I want to believe that if those who assisted the president in the composition of the conference had been sensitive enough to various interest groups, and they had not been mischievous in their bid to divert the attention of the country from the main issue, they will have taken care of the various interests in an equitable manner, that there wouldn't be this type of issue of 2/3, 3/4. Whatever you say, the population of the North is more than that of the South. So if you want to go to a conference that you want to decide an issue democratically, and you now make the North minority, definitely you can't now be coming out to be talking of democracy when you have deliberately tilted the electorate in favor of one group. Number two, many people will argue that, Muslims are no more than Christians in Nigeria. Christians are no more than Muslims in Nigeria. Muslims believe they are more. But for the purpose of argument, let's even concede that we are 50-50 for the purpose of argument. Now, if you compose the membership in such a way that you gave 62% to 150, a group of 50, and you gave 38 to another, and you say, come and vote, and the other person, having realized that he has 62%, is now saying it has to be 50-50. Okay, we will concede to you to be 2/3. When you know that of your 38%, some may not be available, it's easier to get that. And people are now saying it had to be 3/4, not because that's the best, but that's the least a reasonable person can concede. They cannot concede 2/3 when they know that the conference itself had been tilted towards an interest. So that is the issue. So people, instead of asking the question, why this issue of 2/3 and 3/4, people are just talking about 2/3, 3/4 without realizing the issues involved. Some people will say, oh, it's just 44. That 44 means a lot because you have deliberately marginalized a group. And you are now asking the group, don't worry, we will take your interest into consideration. That person will be a fool. If you are equal or if you are in the same country and a group had been favored and that group is telling you that be reasonable when the composition was not reasonable in the first instance. I think that's the issue.